Welcome to the weekly market recap with SC Securities. Let's take a look at some of the latest developments in the Sri Lankan economy and financial markets. Sri Lanka's international tourism network is expanding this winter with new flight connections from Switzerland, Russia and Belarus. According to the Civil Aviation Authority, 3 airlines, Edelweiss Air, Red Wings Airlines and Belavia, have launched their seasonal operations to Sri Lanka, signaling rising interest from European and Russian travelers. Edelweiss Air will operate twice a week, strengthening air links between Sri Lanka and Switzerland throughout the season. Red Wings Airlines, based in Russia, launched its first winter flight carrying more than 400 tourists. The airline plans weekly flights until March 2026, and officials say services could expand depending on market demand. Meanwhile, Belarus national carrier Belavia also began its seasonal operation to Mattala, arriving with over 270 passengers on board. The airline will initially operate 1 flight per week, with room for expansion if passenger numbers continue to grow. Industry analysts note that these new connections will enhance both northern and southern gateways of the country's tourism industry, helping Sri Lanka attract more long-haul visitors during the peak winter season. In a major boost to Sri Lanka's tourism revival efforts, the Asian Development Bank has approved a $100 million financing package to strengthen the country's tourism sector through strategic reforms and targeted investments. According to the ADB, the Sustainable Tourism Sector Development Program aims to improve governance, enhance private sector participation, attract more tourists, and increase foreign exchange earnings. It also seeks to close infrastructure gaps and promote high-end destination marketing. The package includes a $70 million concessional loan and a $30 million regular loan, both designed to support the government's national tourism policy. ADB's country director noted that while tourist arrivals have returned to 2018 levels, the country's earnings still lag behind pre-pandemic figures. He said the new program would focus on reforms and infrastructure improvements to build resilience and drive inclusive economic growth. The initiative will also promote policy and institutional reforms across key areas such as governance, tourism marketing, skill development, digitalization, and sustainable urban planning. 2 major destinations, Dambulla, including Sigiriya and Trincomalee, have been identified for focused development. Beyond this, the program will encourage diversification by promoting marine tourism, developing untapped destinations, and extending tourist stays and spending. It will also foster greater women's participation within the tourism workforce. Sri Lanka is seeing renewed foreign investor confidence in its government securities market. According to the Central Bank of Sri Lanka, foreign holdings in Treasury Bills and bonds have reached 130.96 billion rupees as of the 23rd of October, the highest level in nearly 2 years. The last time holdings were this high was in November 2023. The central bank data also shows that during the week ending 23rd October, overseas investors recorded net purchases of 606 million rupees in government securities. Since late December last year, cumulative foreign inflows into treasury bills and bonds have totaled 61.7 billion rupees, reflecting steady investor interest in Sri Lanka's rupee-denominated assets. Since late December last year, cumulative foreign inflows into treasury bills and bonds have totaled 61.7 billion rupees, reflecting steady investor interest in Sri Lanka's rupee-denominated assets. Analysts suggest the upward trend indicates improving market sentiment, supported by monetary stability and growing optimism over the country's economic recovery path. Sri Lanka has taken another step toward accelerating its clean energy transition. According to a new government gazette, renewable energy generation and storage systems have now been added to the list of capital goods eligible for import duty exemptions. The exemptions will apply to projects with a capacity of 1 megawatt or more, including both new facilities and extensions of existing ones. The notice specifies that the concession covers equipment imported for the construction of renewable energy or storage facilities, helping reduce project costs and encourage private investment in the sector. Sri Lanka has already called for proposals to develop battery energy storage systems as well as wind and solar plants under build, operate, own arrangements. Industry analysts say the move demonstrates the government's commitment to expanding renewable power generation, improving energy security, and meeting the country's sustainability targets in the years ahead. In a move aimed at widening public participation in Sri Lanka's capital market, the Securities and Exchange Commission has proposed a new initiative called a Portfolio for Everyone. According to SEC chairman, the proposal developed in collaboration with the Colombo Stock Exchange and the government has been submitted for consideration under Budget 2026. The plan provides Sri Lankan families with a small starter investment portfolio valued between 3,000 and 5,000 rupees in the form of shares or unit trusts. This initiative is designed to improve financial literacy and encourage capital market participation among middle and lower income households. He emphasized that the capital market remains one of the most effective tools for equitable wealth creation and plays a vital role in achieving the country's economic growth target of 8 to 9%. Let's take a look at this week's Treasury Bill auction results. With the recent Treasury Bill auction, the 91-day bill rate stands at 7.52%, the 182-day T-bill rate stands at 7.90%, up by 1 basis point, and the 1-year T-bill rate stands at 8.04%, up by 2 basis points compared to the previous week. Thank you for watching. We'll be back next week.